seller includes the interest element in the installment amount. Let me explain what is this interest element. So suppose, for example, I am the hire vendor. I am selling goods. The selling price of each is basically say 1 lakh rupees. Now, if I am making the sale upfront and I am getting the payment immediately, I'll basically collect 1 lakh rupees from the buyer. Now, suppose if I am allowing the buyer to pay me in installments, then obviously I am losing, losing the interest, because I am not getting entire 1 lakh rupees, immediately. So then obviously what I will do, I will basically include the interest element in those installments amounts. So if I am selling the goods on hire purchase basis, then in all, the amount that I will collect will be higher than 1 lakh rupees, because 1 lakh plus interest, both the amounts I have to now recover from the hire purchaser. Plus there is a risk also, right? That tomorrow, if the goods get damaged, then and he doesn't pay all the installments, then I have to basically take back those goods and suffer the loss. So that risk element as well as interest for both, basically the price which I am charging on hire purchase will be higher than what I would have charged if it was a normal transaction. Seller includes interest element in the installment amount, and therefore the total payment in the hire purchase agreement is more than the cash price. Cash price means basically the normal selling price which would have been charged in case of normal sale transaction. So the total payment under hire purchase is definitely higher than the normal cash price, that is the normal cash selling price. Therefore, installments is equal to capital portion plus interest. So what each installment includes, basically the proportion of the cash price plus the interest element. Both put together is basically nothing but your installment amount. If the remaining installments are not paid by the hire purchaser, then what happens? If the remaining installments are not paid, obviously the hire purchaser does not become the owner, and in that case the hire vendor can take back the goods, because he continues to be the owner. The vendor continues to be the owner of the goods. Installments, and in case if the goods are taken back by the hire vendor, then the question arises, what happens to the installments which the hire purchaser has already paid? Will he get those installments back, because now the goods are returned by the hire purchaser? The answer is no. In that case, suppose out of 10 installments, 6 installments are paid and the goods are taken back by the hire vendor. In that case, the 6 installments which are paid by the hire purchaser, that is never recovered back by the hire purchaser. That amount is gone as far as the hire purchaser is concerned. Basically, that what it means is that those installments he had paid for using the asset. So that is why after returning the goods, he cannot claim those 6 installments back from the hire vendor. So that is what the next bullet is. Installments paid so far are never returned to the hire purchaser. Please note that this is an important point. Now, hire purchaser becomes the owner only upon the payment of all the installments. Only after the last rupee is paid by the hire purchaser, he becomes the owner. Till that time, the ownership lies with the hire vendor.